Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. As promised, today's stream will be on the international channel. Long time no see. I haven't used this channel in a while, but thought why not today to give it a shot and do the live on the international channel on this one. 1 second, I'm sharing the link on the story as well, on the IG story. And then I will open the live chat. All right. Feels a bit weird. I haven't done this in a while. Lately, I've been fully focused on my Romanian channel, and that's why it feels a bit odd after all this time. But it's also fun to come back. Why not? I will check the pairs immediately. All right, the link was shared. Now I can open the live. 1 second. Hello, hello everyone. I will speak in English so that everyone can understand. And you guys that are in my community, the Romanian members, it would be great if you'd ask the questions in English so that the people that don't speak Romanian understand them as well. So yeah, how's it going? How's it going, everyone? Hey James, yeah, long time indeed. Long time indeed. English. Today English, Catalin. I thought to give it a try. Remember, I spoke about this in Tuesday, or on Tuesday live, in the Tuesday live, sorry. And you guys said, why not? Let's try it. Okay, understand. Perfect. Perfect. So regarding the analysis over here on Dow Jones, it looks pretty good, the structure. I have my eyes on this supply area here, and I'm waiting for the price to go towards it. The order flow is clearly bearish. The structure is bearish, and I'm now waiting for the price to get into that zone to see if it will tap into that zone. Apart from that, I see it creating here a new demand area, and it also has a break of structure over here, so that's not bad at all. On Nasdaq, price just entered this supply, but due to the fact that I don't have the filtering confluence, I will delete the area. So yeah, that's that. On USD over here, price just entered this demand, and it looks good. This one would have been a good one. It has a break of structure, good looking demand, unmitigated. It also has this small inducement, but the filtering confluence isn't available. That's why it's not valid for me. Euro dollar clearly bearish with this supply area here, and over here Nothing interesting. GBP JPY also bearish with this supply over there. Gold is looking bullish today with this demand that is pretty far away, and everything here is already mitigated. GBP USD is bearish with these three supply levels. And yeah, I just need to wait now. I just need to wait now. Indeed, Dow Jones looks good. Let's see if we get a trade. Yeah, it looks kind of the best so far. And today regarding news, let me see. No news today. No news today. Please do more live in English. I'll see how this one today goes. And if the traffic is good and I see a lot of people that aren't from my Romanian community join, then I might take it in consideration. But if the traffic stays low, then I'll just remain on the Romanian channel only. Yes, Dennis, speaking English today. Supply and demand, you don't start to mark the liquidity level as you're always doing on YouTube. Yeah, I changed the strategy, James. I'm not trading liquidity levels anymore since December 2025. So that's like 7 months now. That strategy still works, but I didn't like the fact that it wasn't giving as many setups as I wanted. And that's why I made the transition towards supply and demand. If you know me for a long time, you also know probably that before trading liquidity, I was trading supply and demand. So yeah, I made the transition in December 2025, and it was a good one. I'm happy about it. Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. How's your week so far? How's everything going with you? Today there's a big and beautiful match upcoming. France against Morocco. I will definitely watch it. Oh, you trade a combination between liquidity and supply and demand? Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if that works for you, stick to it. Why not? Nothing interesting over here. Yeah, right now the only pair that looks pretty good is Dow Jones with this supply over here. Of course, also this demand could be taken in consideration since it has a break of structure. And the volume overall looks pretty good on the pairs today. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how the market will go. Today during the London session, I had a profitable session. I had a +1R, a single trade executed, and it was a profitable one. So I'm really happy with that. With today's London session, it really went good. And London has been great lately. For the past like couple months, I mean the whole year, London outperformed New York. And especially in the last 2 months, it didn't really work that well, the New York session. And right now I'm just waiting. So we can talk about whatever you guys want. Tell me about your week. How's your week looking so far? Hey there, welcome. Today's stream is going to be in English because, like I said, I am willing to give it a try since there's a couple people that asked for it that don't speak Romanian, and I thought why not to try this. But like I said, if the traffic stays low, then in the upcoming weeks we'll just stay on the Romanian stream as per usual. Hey there, welcome. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope you guys are doing great. What do you guys think of tonight's game? Who do you think will win? In 1 minute, I'll check all the pairs again to see. But so far, Dow Jones is looking the best. Hello, welcome. How is your trading week so far? Pretty tough because of the New York session mostly. That's what I said like a couple minutes ago, that the London session has been great the whole year so far. But New York, in the past, I would say 2 months, hasn't really performed well, the New York session for me. But good news is that I'm almost done with month March with the backtest. I did some good progress yesterday and today, and I passed the halfway. I am with like 60 trades, and I'm willing to reach 100 trades. When I reach 100 trades, that's when I will end the backtest, and I think that will probably be after month May, probably. So I think I need to backtest April and month May, and that's when I should be done with the backtest, have the results, and then make the transition to add the confluence that we've been talking about in the past couple of weeks. So far, the backtest is looking really good. After I end it, I will definitely take a very good look at it and analyze as much data as I can from it, because that's the goal with the backtest, to get as much data you can from it. And then based on that data, I will know for sure what to do next. So over here, I will now have a potential setup. It entered the zone. It is a valid zone. It has the filtering confluence as well. And now I am preparing myself to enter with a sell stop at the break of this candle. So it will look like this, the potential setup. Okay. Volume is looking pretty good. The volume is definitely looking pretty good. right. Let's see. Let's see now if it's going to get triggered. Now I can draw the setup as well. So it had a break of structure over here. Aggressive BOS. That left this unmitigated supply behind, the point of origin, the point of interest, however you want to call it. And then it entered the area. The filtering confluence is there. Trend is also bearish right now, so it's a pretty good looking setup. It is a pretty good looking setup. I also like the reaction to the supply area. That also gives me confidence. And now I'm just waiting. I'm trading on the 5-minute. Same as before. Same as before. The 5-minute is my time frame for day trading and 4-hour for swing trading. So yeah. Over here maybe a new demand, and it could be something over here. Also has a break of structure. This is the point of origin that caused that break of structure. So yeah, euro dollar could give a potential anytime soon. Over here, it wants to create a new supply. Nasdaq, nothing interesting. Yeah, over here on euro dollar, I might have a new potential coming in very soon. And okay, Dow Jones is moving higher. So most likely over here, I will have to move my entry on this candle that is forming now. Look something like this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it will look something like this. Now I don't like it as much because it went pretty deep into the zone with some bullish pressure, but let's see. Let's see, guys. Let's see if we can hit 100 likes today on today's live. So if you enjoyed this session, don't forget to click the like button. That will be very much appreciated. And the goal for today should be 100 likes to see if we can reach it. And looks like this setup might become invalid. It's getting very close to the high of the supply. Yeah, it became invalid. So I will delete the area now and I will continue waiting. And I will focus on euro dollar to see how it went further from the demand, which is good. It's not a problem. So now I will just wait. Let's see which one is looking the best right now. Maybe GU, if it retraces a bit more towards that supply, could be on the table. This one nothing. This one nothing. USD CHF almost entering this demand here. Nasdaq very far. Okay, I mean on Dow Jones, I could have something interesting coming in from that supply there. Yeah, it also has a break of structure. Yeah, not looking bad. And then GU as well. So yeah, GU, Dow Jones, and euro dollar. These three could give me a potential pretty soon. Hey, thank you. Good luck to you as well, man. Thank you very much. And guys, if you want to talk about something specific or if you have any questions, just let me know in the live chat and we'll get right at it because you know that trading is 90% waiting. So yeah, whilst we wait, we can talk about whatever you guys want. How was this morning for you? It was good. It was good. The London session today was profitable. Took one trade and it was a winner. And after that, I just went for a quick walk outside to get a quick refresh after the London session. And then I came back. I ate something. Um, and I made some backtesting till I started this live session. So that's how my morning has looked like. How about yours? So it was a good morning for me. Over here, this demand got mitigated, but I don't have the filtering confluence, so therefore I will delete it. Nasdaq, nothing interesting over here. I guess it might form a new demand area here, like this. Euro dollar, nothing interesting. Dow Jones, now it's not getting as close as before to the area. GBP USD, nothing interesting. And over here, I could have something as well because it just broke structure over here. This being the point of interest, this unmitigated demand. And now if price was to retrace towards it, I could have a potential from it. I've had 2 SL this morning. I hope the New York session to be a better session. I'm sorry to hear that. But if they were valid trades, then you don't need to be sad about it. It's just part of the game. So yeah, just stick to the plan, and maybe for you, today's New York session will be better. All right. I'm just waiting now. In the next 2 minutes, I will check all the pairs again. yeah, over here on gold, I might have something coming in very soon. So I have the break of structure over here. BOS. Oh, I wrote Bob's. BOS. It also broke structure here. And also, oh, never mind, that was already broken. So yeah, a double break of structure, which is great. The zone just got mitigated. I also have the filtering confluence on it. So I might as well get ready to have a potential setup here. It will look something like this. But of course, I need to wait for the candle closure. Today, France will play against Morocco. I hope France to win. Me too. Me too, brother. I hope France will win. I saw something that all the referees will be Argentinian in this match, and I was like, no way. That's not good. That is not good. That is not good for France. Having 4 referees from Argentina. At least that's what I saw online. I don't think it's fake news. But yeah, I mean, it should be. They should be impartial. I will now be a bit quiet because I will focus on gold here. Spain versus Portugal is the main event after my opinion. They already played. Spain beat Portugal. Or Spain versus Messi, you wanted to say. Okay, it's going pretty aggressive in the zone. I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, I think it could become invalid soon if it continues like this. Yeah, I think it will become invalid. And to be honest, better. I don't like it when price comes this aggressive into the zone, you know? It's not a really good confluence, so to say. But yeah, let's see. It's almost invalidating it. Yeah, I hope the results will not be influenced by the referees from Argentina. Sounds a little strange. Yeah, I saw it too, and I saw a lot of players and internationals and uh, even even like managers complain about the fact that some decisions have been very poor when it comes to the referee in this World Cup. And I totally agree. I've seen that happen when France played against Paraguay. It was unreal how the referee wasn't giving any yellow cards to the Paraguayan players. And I also heard something. I didn't really see the Egypt against Argentina match, but I've heard that a lot of players from Egypt complained about the referee, that the players from the other team have fouled multiple times without any consequences. And I've seen something on TikTok, a video with some of the fouls, and it's unreal for me how those weren't fouls given by the referee, you know? So it's pretty weird. It's pretty weird because you would think that at this level, like it's the biggest stage ever in the world. I think, in my opinion, the World Cup is like the biggest event ever in the planet. And you would think that at such a high stage, everything should be like 100% fair. And then there's these situations with the referee. There's the situation where a player has a red card and it gets deleted, how it got for that player from the United States, Balogun, I think that's his name. And that's not fair, like in a sporting competition, I think everything should be fair and everyone should have equal chances. Like this, the one with the best skill will prosper. So, yeah. This setup here on gold became invalid, which is good. I didn't really like the fact that it entered the zone so aggressive. So I'm not complaining about the fact that it became invalid. And yeah, now I'm just waiting. I saw that match very, very much. Moments in favor of Argentina. A little robbery, we can say. Yeah, that's what I heard as well. That's what I saw on Instagram, on TikTok. A lot of people complaining about that. Hi Dan, do you trade futures? I'm thinking to buy a flex challenge from Funded Next on futures, not CFDs. Do you have an opinion about this? I don't trade futures, but my opinion is this one. I think you can trade either futures or either CFDs or both, and you can be profitable, It's not that CFDs are better than futures. It's not that futures are better than CFDs. A lot of people might say that futures are better because of the good conditions and the execution is a bit easier. But in my opinion, if, for example, you pick a broker with small spreads or a prop firm with small spreads, like I'm currently using institutional funding, that has probably the lowest spreads in the prop firm market right now, you can still do good with CFDs as well. So there's no right or wrong. It's only like what you prefer to trade. So yeah. A referee from Egypt say that all the decisions were correct. Yeah, I mean, everyone thinks different, What I saw only a video. I didn't see the match, and on that video there were some fouls that came from the players from Argentina, and in my opinion those were fouls and they weren't given, I won't say it's a robbery. That's not what I'm saying. It's just my opinion that there were some fouls that were not given by the referee. But yeah, I mean, this is subjective, This is pretty subjective indeed. Euro dollar, I could have a potential here if price will come lower towards this demand. It also has a supply over there that's forming right now. And also Pierluigi Collina said that the decisions were correct. Yeah, I mean, there's probably experts that know a lot better than us, and I respect that for sure. But people can only give their opinion, And we'll always do that. There's no right or wrong in that, in my opinion. And maybe some people are biased as well, I would say a lot of people, because a lot of people that, let's say, are not a fan of Argentina would always say yeah, it was a robbery with every single reason. But people that are for Argentina, for example, even if there was a foul that was not given by the referee and that was a benefit for Argentina, because they are biased, they will say that it was no foul. So yeah, it's also very subjective, And you can be biased. You definitely can be biased. That's for sure. Over here, I could have a potential if it will reach this supply area. So let me put this pair on top. Over here, nothing interesting right now. It could form a new supply over there. Gold, 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 gold. Nothing interesting. Euro dollar, nothing interesting. And Dow Jones over here, it could get interesting if it reaches that zone. That's what I'm waiting for right now. Only Ronaldo fans are saying that it was a robbery. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's very biased. It's very biased. But the thing is, from what I saw and from the friends I have, even the people that aren't with Ronaldo said that they didn't say it was a robbery. They just said exactly as I did that there were some fouls that were not given that should have been given. If that makes sense. They are fixing it to Argentina just like last time in Qatar. I don't think it's fixed, you know. I think it would be too much to say that. But yeah, a lot of people said that they have been favored. What bets did you place for the round 16 Norway of England? It's a very hard match, you know. And to be honest, I like both teams. But I would probably like to like for England to go through. I like the England team more, but I like the Norway team as well. But I think I do like England a bit more. So I hope for them to go through. Guys, we don't need to get in an argument here because of football. Everyone is entitled to have an opinion, so it's not a problem. I guess we'll never know the exact truth anyway, so we can just speculate, but there's no need for us to get into an argument because of that. So yeah, because it really is subjective, you know. It's like wearing clothes. You know, I might like some type of clothes, and then you guys might like a different type of clothes, and so on and so forth. there's no right or wrong. Everything is like very subjective over here. So over here, due to the fact that I don't have the filtering confluence, I will have to delete the area. It's unfortunate because it could have been a pretty good looking potential, but I'm not FOMOing in. If there's a setup, there's a setup. If not, then there isn't. Guys, is someone from here trading with Funded X? Alex, I am not personally trading with Funded X. Like I said, currently I am trying to scale up with institutional funding. And once again, they have a very good promo for this week with this code at checkout. If you enter this code here, one sec, you will buy that account and get another one for free. So it's a 1+1 offer running this week. And yeah. I saw that if they win again, Argentina will be the first to get to semifinals without playing at all with a top 10 team. Yeah, I mean, that's for sure. They definitely had a better draw than the other teams, that's for sure. But yeah, again, it's pretty subjective. It's pretty subjective. Gold hasn't closed below point of interest. Uh, yeah, but it for me, if it crosses it, it's invalidating it. You know, it doesn't necessarily has to close below it to be invalidated. They deny me two payouts, and I also talk with other members of theirs, and they are not paying the traders. So be careful, guys. You're talking about Funded X, Alex? But yeah, I haven't used them before, and I cannot really say that I do have friends or someone that I know that has used Funded X. I've definitely seen some ads on it on Instagram, but I didn't use it, so I cannot really give you I cannot really give you my 2 cents on it, so to say. Yeah, I'm talking about Funded X. Yeah, I figured. Right now, like I said, I'm not really looking to add a new prop firm on my bracket because the accounts I'm already having, I'm okay with them. And if I want to add another account, it's most likely going to be with institutional funding because, like I said, for this strategy especially, the conditions for me are very key. Because if I have a big spread, it's very hard with this strategy. Or if I don't have a instant execution. That's why I prefer this prop firm above all right now. If I was trading, let's say, the 1 hour or the 4 hour, then I could be super flexible with my choices when it comes to prop firms, because you can, if you trade the 4 hour, if you have like a swing strategy, 4 hour or above, in my opinion, you can trade with whatever prop firm you want. You can trade with FTMO, you can trade with anyone you want, because the spread don't really affect you because you are on the 4 hour. So you can have like a 20-30 pip stop loss. If the spread is like 1 pip, it doesn't affect you at all. But if you're trading like I do on the 5 minute, and some trades have a 3 pip stop loss, then it can make a huge difference between a prop firm that has a 1 pip stop loss and then a prop firm that has a half of a pip stop loss on that exact same pair, or even smaller. Not stop loss, sorry, spread. I was talking about the spread. So yeah. Okay, FundedX, I think the best decision is to buy accounts from prop firms you know they're okay and pay. Talk with your friends traders about this to know all prop firms who are serious and become max funded. Yeah, that's very important to make your research before getting into a prop firm, and that really goes for everything in this niche, because trading is a niche where you can lose a lot of money very quickly. I am saying this because I did this as well in the beginnings, especially. It is so easy to waste money on brokers, prop firms, and courses. These three: brokers, prop firms, and courses. On brokers, if you're not careful, you can create a broker account with a weird broker with issues that maybe won't let you withdraw after you start trading with them, and then you need to go through a whole thing to get your money back, if you'll get your money back. Prop firms, you can lose a lot of money with prop firms in two ways. First way, you don't know a strategy and you get straight into a prop firm and you lose money regardless because you don't have a system. I did that myself. I'm guilty of it. And then the second way, you have a profitable strategy, you did your backtest, you know how to trade, but you don't spend time looking into the prop firm and searching for a good one, and you just jump straight into the first one you see, and then again you lose money, you know. And same goes for courses. It's so easy to spend money on courses that don't teach you anything good, or just teach you something that you already know or you could find for free on YouTube, you know. So those three things can eat you up a lot of money in trading if you are not careful with it. So yeah, definitely be super careful when choosing a prop firm, a broker, a course, a mentor. That would be my advice. And yes, over here I do have a potential now. On euro dollar, I have a break of structure. This is the point of origin, this unmitigated demand level. And right now it's looking pretty good. It is not looking bad at all. But let's see now what it has in plan. I also received a payout from them, but it was a small one. Where you're requesting a bigger payout, you'll be denied. Yeah, that happens with a lot of firms. Have you tried ACJ raw spread accounts? No. Is that a personal broker or a prop firm? Yep, SEBI euro dollar indeed. I am sitting on it right now as we speak to see if it's going to give me a setup. Not looking really good right now. Looks like it wants to liquidate that zone. It could become invalid. This would be the third trade today. Yeah, it became invalid. Unbelievable. The third trade today that became invalid, but I'm not complaining, you know. I'm not complaining at all. I stay patient and I will continue waiting. A prediction for today's match. I predict that France will win, and I also hope that France will win. All right, Chef coming in hot with a new potential. A lot of potentials today. This is already the fourth one. This one doesn't have the filtering confluence, so goodbye. Dow Jones is also approaching the demand area. But yeah, right now I will focus on Chef to see whether it's going to give me a setup over here or invalidate once more. So this is like the, yeah, like I said, this is the fourth potential of today. Trend-wise, it's looking pretty good. Structure-wise, also looking pretty good. So yeah, now let's just wait. Let's just wait and see. Oh, might invalidate the supply. Over here, it created a new demand. This one became invalid because It doesn't have the filtering confluence, and over here it's forming a new supply. GU, nothing interesting. Gold might form a new supply over here. Dow Jones entered this demand, but without the filtering confluence, it's not valid. It's not a valid demand for me. Euro dollar, nothing interesting. And USHEF, I might need to move the order on the second candle that's now forming, but I need to wait for it to close first. Right now it's fighting with that area over there. It's fighting to see whether it will react from it or just invalidate it, and it looks like it might invalidate it the way it looks now. Let's see. It's approaching the high, and it did invalidate it or not? No, it didn't. It went right on the top. All right, looks it will trigger after all. Not looking the greatest, telling you that, but staying 100% objective so far. On my MetroTrader, it triggered. But for some reason on TradingView, I see it didn't. So that's weird. I mean, the price is moving. Yeah, technically on TradingView, it didn't trigger. Over here, it doesn't have a BOS, so I don't care. I will close it now in a super small drawdown. It was a $100 drawdown. I closed it. U-Chef. And if it revisits the entry again, I'm placing a sell stop, you know. The reason I closed it in a small drawdown is because it didn't trigger on TradingView, you know. The other scenario is a positive one where it does trigger on TradingView, but it doesn't trigger on MetaTrader, and you basically save the loss, you know. But this scenario is the negative one. When it triggers on MetaTrader and on TradingView it didn't. That's why I looked to close it right when I told you. And yeah, it looks like it was the right decision to take. Because technically you can see here, it didn't trigger. But yeah, now another potential on this area here. No, Albert, 1-to-1. Yeah, I know. It triggered on mine as well. But I closed it in a small drawdown. Because on TradingView, it didn't trigger. And that's like the negative scenario. It's like the first time this happens in the past couple of months. The other scenario where on TradingView, it broke the candle, but on MetaTrader, it didn't trigger. That scenario happened a couple times before. That scenario happened a couple times before. But this one, I swear it's like the first time it happens this year, I think. Where it triggers on MetaTrader, but on TradingView, it doesn't. So from now on, a rule of thumb, when it triggers on MetaTrader, but on TradingView it doesn't, if you get the chance, if it gets close to the entry and there's a small drawdown, I would advise you to close it there. It's the first time this happens this year, I think, this scenario, and that's why I'm saying it now. Because the other one, it's a positive scenario for us when it triggers on TradingView and then it goes into drawdown, and on MetaTrader it hasn't taken an order. That's like the positive scenario, because you essentially miss a stop loss when on TradingView it should have been a stop loss. On that one, you don't need to do anything really. After it hits the stop loss, you can just invalidate the setup and that's it. But on this one, that's the rule of thumb for it. Alex, I didn't knew I was going to close it until I saw that on TradingView it didn't cross the candle. So yeah. And like I said, this is the first time this scenario happens. But if you guys want, I can consider this trade as a loss in the statistic. Just let me know in the live chat and I will consider it to be a loss. Let's see, maybe this time it will give a proper trade. I will consider it as a loss. Okay. I think it might have been because of the small stop loss, which wasn't, I mean, was it that small? No, it wasn't really that small. It could have been smaller. But yeah, no, don't worry. I consider it as a loss. I consider it as a loss in the statistic because it's better to be pessimistic with it. But again, it was a situation that I couldn't foresee. I understand your frustration, but there's nothing I can do about it. And trust me, I am frustrated about New York in general, about the New York session in general as well. Because like I said, the New York session in June, I was in luck because I made the transition to start trading London as well. And that's why I had a profitable month overall. But the New York session was very, very poor. And it looks like it's continuing to stay poor. But again, I don't control the markets, guys. You know, all I can do is stick to my plan, trade, backtest, see if I can find a improvement on the strategy and move on. That's literally all that I can do. So yeah, if you think I'm not frustrated, trust me, I am. But I'm also trying to work through it and do the things that I have in control. So yeah, this zone here became invalid. More than that, I cannot do. And I'm not saying this to find an excuse, but trust me, I've heard this from a lot of traders that use different strategies than the one I do. And all of them lately had a tough period. So it's not that the strategy I use doesn't work anymore or the way I trade doesn't work anymore. It's something general, especially in the New York session. So again, I don't control the markets. I wish I would be able to do that. Understand that I'm also frustrated, but in the same time, I understand that if I let the feelings get the better of me, that won't be productive at all. You know, especially knowing that I'm already trying my best to work on it, you know, with the improvement and whatnot. And yeah, that is true. It's not a signal group. And like I said, it's not a foreseen situation. So I couldn't know beforehand that I was going to close the trade. And now, since I consider it as a loss, I don't see where's the problem. So yeah. And Mattia, yeah, of course, if you feel like taking a break, go ahead and take a break. That's weird because today on MetaTrader 5, it took a trade for me, but on TradingView, it didn't. Exactly the opposite of what happened to you. Yeah, that happened on UChef here today. This sell stop over here, as you can see on TradingView, didn't it didn't cross, but on MetaTrader it did. That's why on MetaTrader it triggered me in, and on TradingView it didn't. So that's exactly what happened for us today as well here. And I swear, I think it's the first time this happened this year for me. The other scenario where on TradingView it crossed, but on MetaTrader it didn't activate, that scenario happened a couple times before, and that's a positive one because you essentially miss a stop loss that was on TradingView. But this one, I think it's the first time it happened this year for me. So yeah. But again, since I consider it to be a loss, I don't see where's the problem. So yeah, we just need to move on and see what the market has to offer today, because there's still time. There's still time. But the structure isn't really looking that clean. compared to the London session today in the morning, structure over there was looking very good. Was looking very, very good. This morning on euro dollar, you had a better entry, didn't you? Yeah. And the structure was looking a lot better as well. That's the thing. London session lately has been a lot cleaner. Can you do more live streams here? Can you do more live streams here? I can practice my English a bit more. I will think about it. Right now, the traffic is lower than on the Romanian channels. So knowing this, it makes more sense to do it on the Romanian channel, you know, because uh, the lower viewers tells me that there's people that leave the live because it's in English, you know. So that's why I most likely continue doing it on the Romanian channel. By the way, it looks so far. I'm asking because on my side it didn't hit the TP, so I ended up with a break even. Yeah, on my side it did hit the TP. On my side, UChef wasn't triggered on MT5. That's good. That is good for you. Can you tell me, please, if on DAX it is a valid trade right now? On DAX, I wouldn't really suggest trading DAX right now. From here, it doesn't look like it has the filtering confluence. So I wouldn't personally take it. But DAX, I only trade in the morning during the London session. It's not necessarily a New York pair, in my opinion. It's more so a London pair, in my opinion. You're welcome. I'm curious, do you have the Cambridge Dan? You speak very fluent. Thank you. Thank you, but I don't. I've learned English from TV shows, movies. Um, yeah, mostly from those. And it also helped the fact that I speak German fluent, and I think because of that, because German is a much harder language to learn than English, I think that's why I was able to learn English a lot easier. But yeah, mostly it's because of video games, TV shows, movies. That's where I learned it. But thank you, appreciate it. I really do. Over here, it mitigated the zone, but it doesn't have a BOS. US 30 over here with a new demand. Euro dollar. Euro dollar, nothing interesting. USD CHF right now, nothing interesting. It's approaching the zone. And GJ over here, I could have something if it reaches the zone. Same, I'm good at writing or understanding it, but I don't speak fluently. You just need to practice it, really. You just need to practice it. Start speaking with some friends. Watch a lot of things in English. Also read in English. That will also help. And yeah, that should definitely help you speak more fluently. All right, so GJ did it mitigate. Yes, it did. It did mitigate. Not looking bad. All right, I'm waiting over here now. All right, let's see. Yep, it would be very nice to have an English stream from time to time as well, so we can practice our English a bit more. Movies don't really do the trick. Yeah, I mean, I will consider it. I will consider it. If the traffic isn't as good, maybe I'll just do it like once a month or so, just like super occasionally. I wouldn't do it once a week, like have the Tuesday one in Romanian and then this one in English, because if the traffic is significantly lower on this one, it wouldn't make sense. So yeah, because maybe there's Romanian people that don't really speak English, and that's why they don't join. And if I don't see people that are foreign, for example, joining, then there's no point for the stream, for the stream in English. And so far, that's the way it looks. So far it looks like there's not a lot of new foreign people joining the stream. So that's why it would probably make sense to have it on the Romanian channel as we did so far. Yeah, at least that's my opinion. Okay, so over here, did it mitigate that? Let's see. Yep, it did. It did mitigate the area, but due to the fact that it doesn't have the filtering confluence, I will delete the area over here and move on to GJ, where most likely I'll have to move the entry on this candle that's forming now. So far, it looks pretty good. It has a pretty good reaction to the area. It's on a bearish structure, so it's a continuation setup. It has the filtering confluence as well. It's not a bad looking opportunity, but let's see. Let's see. Like I said, I might have to move the entry over here on this candle. So let's see if that's going to be the case. I just started making profits after the war stopped, and now Trump has gone crazy again. Yep, I know what you mean. Indeed. Yeah, like that's why the New York didn't really go well in the last couple weeks slash months. Maybe 1-2 lives on this channel per month, in my opinion, will be okay. Yeah, for sure. I'll take it in consideration. I'll take it in consideration, and depending on how the live goes, I will consider it. Oh, now it's going more aggressive into the zone, which isn't really ideal. Oh, wow. It's going pretty aggressive into the zone now. Let's see. Let me put my phone to charge real quick. Soon the stock exchange will open as well in 15 minutes. Trump going crazy again because the United States lost the World Cup. Probably. Probably. Over here, due to the fact that I don't have the filtering confluence, I am deleting the zone. Euro dollar, nothing interesting. USHEF also pretty dry right now. Okay, GJ found a reaction and triggered over here. Okay. That's a very big move. That's a very big move. The thing is, I didn't got to enter it. So that's not a bad situation for me. I didn't got the chance to enter because it moved too fast. I am now placing the sell stop. But if it hits the stop loss first, then I just avoided a loss. But again, let me know in the live chat if you guys have taken the setup. I didn't anticipate the fact that it will move that fast. Really. But yeah, this is a valid setup. Let me know in the live chat if you guys were able to catch it straight on the spike, or if you're in the same situation as me and now you're waiting for your order to get triggered. Technically, it's a running order now. Okay. Institutional said it is a stop loss GBP JPY. Why? Because you can see it clearly that it went higher and then it went lower. At least that's how it looks like on the 1 minute here. I mean, the thing is, if you left your stop loss here, then yes, it would have been a stop loss, you know? But the stop loss should be above the high over here. So let's see. Almost at the entry once again. Yeah, I think what your problem was, I think the stop loss on your end remained over here, you know, on the high above this candle. You didn't have the time to place it over here in time, and that's why it took you by surprise. On my end, the way I do it, when I see price so far away from the sell stop, from the break of the candle, I don't place my sell stop yet. I just wait, you know. And when I see it coming down a bit, that's when I place the sell stop. That's why over here, because it moved so fast, it left me outside of the trade. Because it moved so fast, and only now I placed my sell stop after it already triggered it, being in drawdown. Of course, the way I do it, the thing that can happen, the worst case scenario, is for the price to trigger this fast and then boom, go straight to the TP. On that occasion, I essentially have lost a win. I've missed a win in that scenario if I do that. It can happen. I'm not saying it will happen every time, but that's the worst case scenario. But in most cases, when big spikes like this happen, it's usually better to do how I do it, if it makes sense. So yeah, let me know if it made sense in the live chat or if there's any questions on it so I can give a better explanation. Let me show the MetaTrader as well so you can see my order over here, the sell stop. Yeah. It was a big spike. I don't know. Let's see. Was it some news? That's the thing about New York. That's why I think it really underperformed in the past 2 months, because there were a lot of news and announcements made, and that just messes up with the price big times. So next week, to be honest, I might consider trading the London only. I really might consider doing that, and then doing New York, I will just backtest, you know, because New York for the past 2 months has been very bad. You know, it really didn't bring me any benefit. So I think it could be a it could be a good idea. It's a valid setup, but it doesn't look too good, does it? It went a bit too deep into the zone. I didn't enter. Yeah, indeed. Indeed, if I was to apply the new confluence I'm testing, I'm back testing, indeed I would have thought the same. That's, like I said, why I think next week I will only trade London session, and during New York I will just have more time for the back testing. I'm waiting for GJ. I placed my sell stop because it moved too fast and I wasn't able to enter it in time, you know. And I placed the sell stop after it went in drawdown. So right now my order is pending to be hit. If it's going to go upstairs and go through the stop loss, I essentially would miss a stop loss, which is good. But yeah, in the same time, the risk would have been to miss a TP if the price moved as fast as it did. Because yeah, right now it's the good scenario for me because it moved very fast. It broke the candle and I didn't place my sell stop in time. And now being in drawdown, I can say that I avoided a loss. But in the same time, it could have been the worser scenario where it would have triggered very fast as it did, and then boom, go straight into the TP. Like that, I would have missed a TP. So it can go both ways. The reason I don't stress it is because sometimes it goes good, sometimes it goes bad, and after a long period of time, you will see that it's a very small difference, you know, close to slim to none. So that's why if this happens to you guys, you shouldn't stress about it. Would be nice London lives. Yeah. Yeah, could be. Next week it could be on the table. All right, in 2 minutes, the stock exchange will open as well. So far, it's a pretty bad looking New York session. Structure-wise, volume-wise, I don't really rate it. For me, it's okay because I'm essentially on break-even this New York session. Because USHIF, I closed it in a super small loss, and GJ, I didn't enter it because it was a big spike and I couldn't enter in time. So now I'm waiting with the sell stop, but by the looks of it, I think it will visit the stop loss first, and that means that I essentially missed a stop loss. So I can't complain because of that, but structure-wise and everything, it looks bad. I mean, you guys that trade the London as well, or were active today during the London session, you probably noticed it as well that everything was looking a lot better during London. Like the structure, the volume, the moves, everything just a lot clearer. So yep, so I will delete this order now because for me it didn't trigger, and now if on TradingView it hits the stop loss, there's no point for me to continue holding that sell stop. So if you were in the same situation, I'd advise you to do the same thing. Okay? The thing is, guys, I would like next week to trade only London, but in the same time I'm afraid, what if next week, after all these choppy weeks in New York, what if next week will be the week that will be profitable? You know, like that's my biggest question, and it bothers me, you know. That's why I'm not sure whether next week I should only trade London or if I should trade New York as well. By the looks of it, the New York looks very bad. So yeah, the stock market is opening now. Pay attention. Yep, indeed. Maybe some volume at the stock exchange open. Yeah, would be good. Would be good if things will become better now after the stock exchange open for today. I just arrived, so I have lost to SL. Not really. I mean, technically only one was a valid SL, the one on GJ. But personally, I was able to dodge them both. Dodge 2 bullets today. Yeah, exactly. But again, some of us maybe only dodged one, so that's why I decided to consider that as a -1 air, or -1 R. Sorry. But generally speaking, it's a bad looking New York session. That's why we were discussing it. Whether next week maybe it would be better for me to trade only London and focus on the backtest. Over here, I don't know why I took this zone like this. It should be like this. Over here, it mitigated this supply, but I will delete it because I don't have the filtering confluence. Next up, gold. Nothing interesting. Dow Jones doesn't have the filtering confluence, so I am deleting it. Euro dollar, nothing interesting. USHEF, also nothing interesting. And GJ, yeah, nothing interesting. I just need to wait now. I think it would be best if you stick to the plan. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm not really seeing New York improving that much, you know, next week. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but in the same time, knowing that I would have the afternoons free, I would most likely finish the backtest for sure next week, you know? Like, that's the thing. Tricky. It's a tricky situation. It is a tricky situation indeed. Hmm. Yeah. One I yes, I considered one to be -1R. Both wouldn't really be fair in my opinion. Because on TradingView, statistically speaking, only one was a valid loss. If London will be profitable, we could think to leave the New York. The thing is, right, with the backtest that I'm doing now, New York is profitable as well, more profitable. So after applying the new confluence, so to say, it should be good to go in the New York as well. But yeah, and let's not forget, January, February, March, April, 4 months where we traded only New York were profitable. You know, May was break even, only New York as well, and then June, indeed, June was a profitable month due to the London session. Without the London session, it would have been a negative month. So what I'm trying to say is that New York still worked the first part of the year. So now with the backtest that I'm doing with the new confluence, uh, it could make it work again, if that makes sense. So Victor, it's really simple. On TradingView, the valid loss was this one on GJ because it broke the candle and then it went straight to the stop loss, but I didn't take it because it moved too fast and I wasn't able to place my sell stop in time, and I placed it afterwards. And because it moved towards the stop loss first, I deleted it, and that's how I was able to miss the loss here. And the second one on UChef over here, it wasn't because it didn't break the candle. Where was it? Uh, where's the setup? But yeah, the first one was on UChef. The first one was on UChef, and the reason I didn't take it here, oh yeah, it was this buy over here, I think. Or no, no, no. But yeah, the first one was on UChef, and over here it didn't break the candle on TradingView. You can remove some instruments from New York if they aren't profitable. Yes, I will look into that as well. I will look into that statistic as well, but again, after I finish the backtest. Over here, it might form a new demand. GBP USD nothing. Gold nothing. Oh, Dow Jones is dropping like it's hot with this supply. Euro dollar nothing. UChef nothing. And GJ with a new supply over here. Nice. Perfect. Yeah, just need to wait now. I think that if you believe you'll finish the backtest next week, then it would make sense to stop trading the New York session. Yeah, that's what I think as well. That's what I think as well. And you know what I will do? I think I will, after today's session, I will drop a voice note in the community and you guys will help me vote. You guys will help me decide. Because yeah, I bet that if next week I will drop the New York session, I should be able to finish the backtest. And if it happens to be a profitable week, you can gradually recover through discretion along the way. Yeah, of course. And I mean, the thing is, I could always just consider it to be a vacay week. You know, like imagine if next week if I was to go in a vacay, and if it was a profitable week that I missed, okay, so be it. You know, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, I guess it does make sense because it's becoming a bit frustrating because even today, both trades I would have avoided with the added confluence, so to say. Yes, with one-to-one risk to reward. Of course, after I finish the backtest, I can then test it with different variables as well, like the results I get. The data I gather, I can then do some more variables. Having the backtesting done would help more than a profitable New York week. Yeah, you're right. That's a very good perspective. That is a very good perspective. Yeah, I think that will be the plan for next week, guys. I think I will do only London, and yeah, I think that's the plan for next week. And then New York, I will focus on the backtest, and like this, I should be done with it next week. Are you doing backtesting with TradingView or with FX Replay? With TradingView. With TradingView, and I'm noting all the results in a journal, you know? Thank you for your answers. You're welcome. You welcome. All right, so far, unfortunately, I don't really see a big improvement after the stock exchange has opened. I mean, yes, a new wave of volume on indices, but not really much going on. Yeah. I noticed that when the price goes deep into the zone and then when we enter the trade, most of the times it hits SL and then goes to TP. So I was thinking that we can place the SL 1 point above the zone. The thing is, if you start placing the SL above the zone or below the zone, then it's a whole different strategy, you know? Because ultimately the target will be further as well. So that's why I prefer to have it right above of the highest point that was reached in that zone, or of course the lowest point that was reached in that zone. With subjectivity, I think that it is hard to have the same accuracy on live. Not necessarily, because I know what to look at, you know? It's not that I have um, pressure, you know, because I'm in front of you guys. I overcame that a long time ago already. Because trust me, if I wouldn't have, then I wouldn't expose myself, so to say, on the live. I would have just trade privately, record videos, and that was it. It would have been a lot easier for me to do that. Because on a video, you can place whatever you want. On the live, what happens, happens, you know? There's no hiding. So, yeah. You don't have to worry about that. The only time I made a mistake due to that, due to the fact that I felt pressure, that I how's it called, that that I am in front of you guys, was last year, end of the year, when I was doing that 5K to 10K challenge with the personal account, and I was getting closer and closer to December, and I wasn't at the target, and that's when I made a mistake. I remember taking 2 trades out of FOMO, and then I explained right afterwards. I made on the couch and recorded like a short sequence where I explained the fact that yes, indeed, those trades were entered because of FOMO. Those weren't valid trades, but that's like the only time it happened for me, you know? And it did because I was in that challenge where I wanted to take the account to 10K. December was getting close and I wasn't at the target, and I expected to already be at the target by December. And that's why, because of that, because of the expectations, because I was in front of you, because of the challenge, I made that mistake. Because imagine only wanting it to do it for myself, I wouldn't have felt the pressure, because it would have been okay for me to reach the target in January as well. It wouldn't have been a problem for me. But because I was doing it in front of you guys, I felt that pressure. The December was approaching, and I was like, okay, I need to worry about this. And that's when I did that mistake. How was June for you? June was a profitable month overall. I think it was plus 5R or plus 4R, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a profitable month due to the London session, because New York only in June, I think, was -1 or -2R, if I'm not mistaken. So London was plus 6 or plus 7R, and that made the difference. London session made the difference in month June, because New York, like I said, was very, very, very bad. New York session after half of May till now, it's like almost been, what, 2 months almost. It's been a rough patch. It's been a very rough patch. All right, over here, US 30 might get into the zone. Let's see. Let's put it on top because it's technically the closest one to enter the zone and give us a potential setup. And the volume looks pretty good as well. That's what I like. Let's see. Let me put my laptop to charge. I think I'll do some backtesting today as well. Some more backtesting. Why not? Feels good to be productive. And again, it's in my interest to finish it, so. In the meantime, guys, we're approaching the, slowly, we're approaching the end of the session. So if there's any questions, any topics you want me to approach, just let me know in the live chat. Oh, wait, this is the laptop, sorry. I wanted to connect it to the phone initially. All right, so this zone over here doesn't have the filtering confluence, so I will have to delete it, unfortunately. It was looking pretty good otherwise, structure-wise and volume-wise. It's a bit sad because Dow Jones was really the best looking pair right now in the present moment. So yeah, a shame that it didn't have the filtering confluence as well. So yeah, back to what I was saying, guys. If there's anything you want me to discuss with you, or if you have any questions, now is the time to drop them in the live chat, because we have time to discuss about it, since the market uh, don't really looks interesting. Tot apar videoclipuri cu norvegienii venind ca niște vikingi din apă. Then what's the additional confluence uh, that confirms your trade once it taps the supply or demand zone? That additional confluence that I call the filtering confluence is a confluence that we only discuss about in the private community. I don't share this confluence publicly. So if you're interested in that, it's the first link down below in the live's description. It's basically a confluence that helps me have a bigger win rate. Without it, the strategy still works, but you will expect more trades and a smaller win rate, which isn't really ideal. Okay, over here, I will delete this area because it's not valid. Yeah, just waiting now. Are we only Romanians here? Kinda. Yeah, that's why I think we'll stick to the lives only on the Romanian channel, because from what I see, there's only us. Would be insane if Norway wins the World Cup. I mean, to be honest, I am with France, but if for some reason France loses, Norway would definitely be one of my favorites. Norway or England. It's a shame that they play one against each other. I would love England to win as well, because I really love the players there. I love Kane. I love Bellingham. They have a really cool squad, and I think it would be very big for them. It's such a passionate country about football, and yeah, I think apart from France, I would love Norway or England. That's my opinion. Yeah, there were some people that don't speak Romanian on the live, but just too small amounts. The amount is too small for me to continue doing this live on the English channel. That's why after this one, we'll just stick to the live on the Romanian channel. And next week, we'll do it on the London session. You're welcome. Hope Morocco will give a good match today. I hope for it to be a good match as well, with a lot of goals. And I hope for it to be a clean match, not like France against Paraguay. I hope it will be a clean match where they can showcase football skills, passes, shots, and whatnot, dribblings, um, with a lot of goals. That would be very entertaining. Yeah, I don't want that. If Messi wins, we don't have such a player. We won't have such a player for many years. Yeah, I know, but I hope he won't. I forgot it was live on this channel. Did you have any trades? Uh, I personally didn't. I mean, only one that I closed very close to the entry, because on TradingView it didn't break the candle, and then the other one, that one was a valid loss, but it spiked very fast. I wasn't able to enter on the spike, and then after I placed the stop loss, it went to the stop loss, and that's how I was able to avoid it. So yeah. On the remaining channel, we were more than 100 anytime. Yeah, that's what I mean. So there's no point for me to do it on the English channel. I tried it today to see how it goes, but from now on, we'll just stick to doing it on the Romanian channel. Yeah, exactly. Messi already has won too much. Let's just have another team win as well. Exactly. I am with you, Catalin. Of course, like I said, I would love France to win, but if they don't, then I will definitely root for England and Norway, or Norway, because one of them unfortunately will have to lose. And I would like Switzerland to beat Argentina. That wouldn't be bad at all. So today we have France, Morocco. Tomorrow we have Spain, Belgium. And on Saturday, oh, midnight. Sunday, yeah. Oh, Switzerland is late, 4 in the morning. So yeah, I will definitely miss that game. In this session, I had a TP on euro dollar. I'm break even for today after 2 SL on the morning session. Nice, good that you recovered. Yeah, but it's the last World Cup for him. I know, but it was the last World Cup for Ronaldo as well, for Neymar. So, and they didn't win it. So, if I was to prefer someone to win it, it would have definitely been Portugal for Ronaldo, or Brazil for Neymar, because they haven't. I mean, Brazil has won it, right? In 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Hope I'm not mistaken. Or they didn't win it. I don't really remember. But yeah, Portugal hasn't won it with Ronaldo. So apart from France, if I wanted a team to win, that was definitely the team. But unfortunately, they're out of a tournament. Oh yeah, you said the same thing. For the same reason, I wanted Ronaldo to win too. Mbappe and Haaland have time. Yeah, for sure they do. I think they will for sure catch another 2 World Cups, I think, if they stay fit. Norway has a golden generation. It is possible for them to win. Yeah, and a lot of pretty young players as well. I will try to wake up for Argentina match since might be the last Messi match. Yeah, it's good that it's during the weekend, so it's not bad. It's not that bad. I still believe that Argentina is not that good. Had serious problems with not the great teams, but Messi saved the matches. If he doesn't play well against Swiss, it wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they will be eliminated. Yeah, that's true. That is true, and he is definitely a legend. He's a goat for sure. But to be honest, I do think they will beat Switzerland, and I don't know if I'm true with this, if I'm right, but I feel that Argentina, if like you said, it's not such an amazing team overall, but they have that spirit, you know, they have that fighting spirit that Switzerland, for example, doesn't have, in my opinion. You know, they're a bit more like afraid. Argentina also has more experience, in my opinion, than Switzerland has players with more experience. So that's why I think they have the first chance to win the game against Switzerland. And I don't feel Switzerland is that prepared for the bigger stages. And now this is a big stage. You know, quarterfinals, they are definitely on the big stage now. And I feel that on the big stage, Argentina performs better than Switzerland. I hope it makes sense, but yeah, that's my opinion. So that's why I think they will beat Switzerland and move on to the semifinals. And on the semifinals, yeah, that's gonna be a big challenge against Norway or England. That's gonna be a very big challenge that I personally don't think they will pass it. Against Norway, they will literally face giants, and it's going to be hard to get physical with the giants as they enjoy doing it. Um, and with England, England is just a great team overall with great stars, great players, great finishers. So I think, in my opinion, that will be the end of the road for Argentina. I think they will go past Switzerland, but they will stop in the semifinals. I don't see them coming through. I feel like Norway will overpower them with youth and strength, and England is just a better team, in my opinion. And they also have a lot of heart. They've shown it. They have a lot of heart. They are very ambitious. And it's just a great team overall, in my opinion, England. A better team than Argentina. But yeah, against Switzerland, I definitely see them coming through. Over here, I do have a BOS, but I don't have the filtering confluence, so goodbye. GBP USD over here, it formed a new demand, and it also has a break of structure here, so why not? I will take it in consideration. Right now, it is approaching this supply, so yeah, let's see. Gold is moving higher now. Euro dollar has invalidated that zone completely and is now forming this new demand, and order flow wise, it's definitely bullish. USD CHF looking bearish right now with this new supply that is forming. GBP JPY moving towards that supply there. And Dow Jones is looking very choppy. So yeah, entering the final 30 minutes of the session. If I was to pick a pair where I do think there's a chance for a setup, could definitely be GU if it retraces back into this demand. And with the bullish volume right now, it really doesn't look bad at all. Could be Euro dollar as well. It has a... no, it doesn't have a BOS, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't. Could be USHEF. Could be USHEF if it retraces. Could be GJ as well if it goes towards that supply. So yeah, Dow Jones definitely not. It looks very ugly. So I would say GJ. Yushef and Giu for this final 30 minutes. But let's see. Vamos España. I think they will beat Belgium for sure. And to be honest, although I would kind of like them to lose, I would kind of like Spain to lose. I would prefer a game between the current France team with their current form against Spain and see France win by a margin. I would love to see that semi-final. So yeah, I'm happy with either result from Spain. If they win or lose, of course, if France loses tonight, then I would like Spain to lose as well, because that's how thing goes. That's how things go. But yeah, they should have a easy match with Egypt too. Indeed, yeah. I was very surprised. Will next week's live on Thursday be held during the London session? Most likely, yes. I will announce it on my socials as well, so on Instagram. France is the best team and Spain didn't receive a single goal. Argentina playing against them would be so hard. Indeed. They have the spirit, which is Messi. Yeah, that's true. I like the coach from Argentina. Scaloni is a very good manager. Definitely. Definitely he is. Norway is same as Argentina. If Hala doesn't play well, England same with Kane. Yes, you're right, but I think in the England squad there's more players that can make the difference as well. You know, there's Jude Bellingham that can also have a good match and make a difference. There's also Gordon that can make a difference. And yet Norway kind of relies on Haaland for sure. Also Odegaard plays really well. But for sure, if Haaland has a great match, then Norway thrives as well. We saw it with Brazil. We saw it with Brazil. Like Haaland had an amazing game with that header and then with that shot outside the box, and that was the game. You know, he had an amazing performance and Norway won. So yeah, you're right here. It definitely comes down to the form of these players in the match day. That's for sure. Bellingham is not on the level of Kane. Like that, we can say that Argentina has Alvarez and Lautaro, which are also top players, but it's not that level. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I think he made a better tournament than these guys. I think. I didn't really watch England games that close, but I think he made a better tournament than those guys that you mentioned. And besides, he's also very young, you know, and I think that has a huge role. Um, like he can have a very good performance, he can have a mid performance, and sometimes he can also have a better performance. Kane is definitely a player like Messi or Haaland that you can rely on every single game, in my opinion. Like every single game, you can expect him to do something good. Whereas with Bellingham, he being much younger, um, he can be pretty undecisive. Why doesn't Eurodollar have a BOS? Because it doesn't. I won't leave it at because over here this is not a valid high. A valid high is this one over here, and if I put a line over it, you will see that it was broken by this candle, which isn't good. If it was broken by the other one, by this one that came after the demand candle, then yeah, it would have had a BOS as well. So yeah, that's why it doesn't have a BOS. All right, around 20 minutes left. The volume is looking pretty good right now. Definitely looking better than at the beginning of the session, that's for sure. But yeah, let's see. Let's see after all if a new setup will occur. In 2 minutes, I will check all the pairs again and see. Okay, let's see. All right, Nasdaq has started to retrace towards the zone pretty impulsively right now. Some bearish pressure has entered the market. Over here, yeah, also retracing. Euro dollar, yeah, over here I don't have a BOS, so it doesn't matter. GJ is getting closer to that supply, not looking bad. USHEV also started to retrace a bit, and same goes for GU. Yeah, so I'm just waiting now for price to enter one of my zones. Yeah, let's see. Again, New York, shame on you. Shame on you, New York session. You've been very hard to deal with for the past 2 months. Very hard to deal with. Here's my setup on GU that hit take profit. It was a sell from the FVG that formed after the BOS at the very top. Nice. So you're trading the old liquidity strategy, I guess, right? But good for you. I'm happy for you. All right, so over here it entered, but due to the fact that I don't have the filtering confluence, it has to go. I will delete the demand. And I will check everything else in 1 minute from now. Yes, maybe. Yeah, the old strategy has 15R this year if you were interested. That's good. That's pretty good. Tamash, please write me on in private. They did. They said I think they will give you a free reset on that account. So text me in private and I will reply there. All right, let me check everything. Over here, same story. Don't have the filtering confluence, so I have to delete the zone. Over here is getting closer to the zone. Euro dollar. Over here I don't have a BOS. US 30. Nothing interesting. GBP JPY moved away from the zone, unfortunately, and now waiting. USHEF waiting to get in that supply. Yes, I guess on USHEF I could have a potential. There's still time. GU, it's pretty far. Yeah, I think USHEF is the pair where I could still have a potential. If price would get into the zone in the meantime. What's up, Dan? Long time no see. Hey, brother. Going well. How about you? Dan, do you know if institutional funding allow copy trading? I mean, having multiple trading accounts and take the same trade on all of them manual. If you trade them manually, then there's no problem in that. I think it's a problem if you use like a software, or a copy trading tool. But if you place them manually on different accounts, it should be all good. Cosmin, you talk about trader scale or which firm? The bullish candle from USD isn't lower than the bearish one. That way we won't have the, let's see. No, it's not lower. It's in the exact same point. 610. So let's see. Um, I don't trade futures, I trade CFDs. Yeah, on you, Chef, I still have some hopes. I'm very into institutional funding. So far, I had no issues with them, and neither did the people in my community. And the biggest payout I saw someone have from my community was a $6,000 one. So yeah, so far so good. If in the future, of course, I will find out otherwise, of course, you guys will be informed. But I hope not, because I really do like their conditions, their trading conditions. Over here, I don't have the filtering confluence, so unfortunately I have to delete this zone as well. Euro dollar, nothing interesting. Dow Jones, nothing interesting. GJ, nothing interesting. GU and UCHEF, yeah. UCHEF is unfortunately moving away from the zone, so I think that would probably be it for today. Still like 6 minutes left, but I don't think there's going to be another setup. Gold, what about gold? Gold, yes, it entered this zone, but it's missing the filtering confluence. That's why I am not taking it in consideration. Yeah, because it's the 30-day rule, indeed. And well done. Congratulations. If I trade tomorrow, yes, I do trade. I will trade tomorrow. Yeah, I will trade tomorrow. London and New York, both sessions. I think that was pretty much it for today. At least we tried with the English live, but from next week onwards, I will stick to the Romanian channel. We will stick over that because there's not a lot of people that have joined that are foreign, so yeah, that's very well said. That is very well said. Yeah, guys, if there's any other questions, now is the time, because in 2-3 minutes we will wrap up this live. A choppy New York session, that's the word for it. Same as the past 2 months, really. New York has been very, very hard to trade. But yeah, like I said, next week I will trade only the London session, and that way next week I should be done with the backtest. I should be done with it. And that's a good thing. Yep. I see there's no other messages. That means that we will end this live right here. I'm happy that you guys were able to join. Frustrated about the markets, you can probably tell, but I'm working towards it. And soon I think the New York should look better as well. A better period should occur, and also with the added confluence, it should go definitely better. Okay. So till the next one, guys, I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of your day, week. Tomorrow I will see you guys in the community with the live, and yeah, have a nice evening. You're welcome, and take care.